Hey everyone, in this video we'll look at how to use mobile inputs in FS systems. So here I have an empty scene. So I'll go ahead and create a character in the scene by using the FS system setup window. So let's say I want to create a melee combat character. Alright, so to use mobile inputs, first we have to enable the new input system. So right now, since I'm in Unity 6, the default input system will be the new input system. But if you're using older Unity versions, you'll have to install the new input system and then go to the project settings and under player, change the active input handling to either both or input system package new. Alright, in my case, it's already using the new input system since I'm using Unity 6. Alright, so once you make sure that you're using the new input system, you also have to enable it from the FS Systems setup window. So from here, under dependencies, you have to enable the new input system checkbox. All right. So with that enabled, now we should be able to use the mobile inputs. So if you expand the FS player character that was created, here you can see a game object called mobile controller. It'll be disabled by default, but you can go ahead and enable it. And inside it, you can see all the inputs. All right. So these are all the inputs that we need for locomotion and combat. And another thing that we have to do is we have to select the third person camera and in the camera controller script, expand the third person camera fold out and then turn off lock cursor. All right. Only then we'll be able to test it from the emulator. So now we can go to the game tab and you can see that we have this inputs by default. And if you want, we can just test it directly from the game tab. All right, I'll just run the game and yeah, you can see that I can directly test it from the game tab. I can press these buttons to attack and each button here will be mapped to one of our inputs. Okay, and you can also test it from the emulator. So for that, you have to change the game to simulator from here, and from here you can choose the device that you want to use. All right, so let me go ahead and run the game. So here I can move by using this stick, and to rotate the camera we have to touch the screen and drag it. So we can't test it by using the mouse. You'll have to do that from the device itself. So with the left hand you'll be controlling the movement and with the right hand you'll be controlling the camera. All right, so yeah, that is working fine. By the way, you can enable and use mobile inputs like this for any FS system assets that supports mobile inputs. And if you combine two systems like combat and parkour, then the screen will have the mobile inputs for both the system. So let me go ahead and show you. I'll just disable this player and then I go to the FS system and in setup, I'll select both combat and parkour and then I'll click on setup. All right. So now if we enable the mobile controller, you can see that we also have the inputs from the parkour. All right. So this button was not there in melee combat, but when we combined with parkour, we got this new button, right? And by the way, we can look at each button and see how they are mapped to our input. So if I just select a button, here you can see that it has a script called on-screen button, and here we can specify to which input it is mapped to. All right, so this jump button is mapped to the space key on keyboard. And if you look at our input system asset inside the third person controller, So if I open this up, you can see that the space key is for jumping, right? So note that if you want to change the key for jump, then you'll have to change it both in the input system asset and also for the button over here. All right. So yeah, this is how you use mobile inputs in FS System. So I'll stop the video here. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.